Today I'll continue reading Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. But we have another year to go before that happy moment of farewell, said Snape softly. So whenever you're not intended to attempt the NEWT, I advise all of you to concentrate on your main child for past level to camp expect my OWL students. Today we'll be mixing potions to come up for ordinary wizard level. The rather pieced. A potion to come as it is and smooth, allegation. Be warned, if you are too heavy-handed with ingredients, you could put the drinker into a heavy, sometimes vegetable sleep. Or you will need to pay close attention to what you're doing. Since Harry, Ron, and Hermione had protected, Snape could hardly have set a more difficult fitty positions. Ingredients had to be added to the counter and increasing the right order of quantities. The mixtures have to be stirred exactly in the right numbers of time, firstly in clockwise and in anti-clockwise direction. The heat of the flames and the exact numbers of minutes for the final ingredients were added. Alexa will babble now to be rising your potions, says Cold Snape with 10 minutes left to go. Harry was really predicting look directly down the direction. His own cauldron with issuing amounts of dark rays. Ron was spitting green spark. Seemingly stubbornly moved away the band as they seemed to be get out. Sparta, what is he supposed to be? The student in front okay look up eagerly. I love hearing Snape's taunt Harry. The brought a priest, said Harry tensely. Tell me, Potter, said Snape softly. Can you read? Draco Malfoy laughed. Yes, I can, said Harry, his finger kitschily around his wand. Read the third line of instruction for me, Potter. Harry squinted to blackboard. Not easy for the of instructions. I faced multi-cloud steam baffling dungeon. Add powdered moonstone. Stir 3 times counter-clockwise. Allowed to simmer for 7 minutes, then add 2 syrups of hellebore. The head said he had not added syrup of hellebore, but had strike the fourth line of instruction after allowing the purchase immersement. Did you do everything on the third line, Potter? No, said Harry quietly. I beg your pardon? No, said Harry morally. I forgot the hellebore. I know you did it, Potter, which means that his mess utterly worthless. Advanced Nestle. The contents of Harry Potions vanished. He was left standing foolishly behind an empty cauldron. Those who had have managed to read the instructions fill one flagon with samples of your potions, label it clearly with your name, and bring you up to the test for testing, said Snape. Homework? 12 inches of parchment with the properties of moonstone and its use in partition making. It to be at hand on Thursday. While everyone around him flew, the wagons had cleared away his things. His potions have been no worse than Ron, which was now giving a flour out of bad eggs, or nevers, which had achieved the consistency of just mixed eggs, which nevers would now happen to go across a big cauldron. Where was he? Harry, who would be receiving 0 marks for the day's work. She stuffed his wine to the back and slumped down her seat, watching everyone else mutter to Snape's neck with flew and velvet buckets. It suddenly had turned to muggy gray early in the morning. Rain was lashing high at the windows. That was really unfair, said Hermione confidently. Your potion wasn't nearly as bad as Royal's. He put his flagons and the whole thing started and well his ropes on fire. Yeah, well, said Harry, glaring at the place. Since when Snape's beginning to fair me? Neither of the bull or the others answers. All 3 of them knew that Snape's and Harry's under empty had been as if for a moment Harry had set foot in Hogwarts. I did think he might be bit better this year, said Hermione in a disappointed voice. I mean, you know, she looked around carefully. There was a half-dozen empty seats on either side of him, and nobody was passing the table. Now, and he's in the order of everything. Poisonous toadstool doesn't change the spots, said Rusty excitedly. Anyway, I thought the motor was cracked to trust Snape. Why did Invincible ever stop working for you know who? I think the motor's probably got plenty of evidence, even if it doesn't share with you, Ron, snapped Hermione. Oh, shut up, the pair of you, said Harry heavily, as Ron opened his mouth to argue back. Hermione and Ron both froze, looking angry and upright. Can you give it a rest, said Harry. You're forward having a go at each other. It's driving me mad. And abandoning his stepper's pipes, he swung his school back over his shoulders and left him sitting there. He walked up the marble staircase who stepped at a tail time, passing the many students hurrying towards lunch. I get that it's just fair, so anxiously still blaze inside. And the version of Ron and Hermione Shuck's face afforded him a sense of deep satisfaction. It's set them right. He thought, why couldn't he give them a right? Blicker owed its own enough to drive anyone out to the wall. He presses a large picture of the Cadogan and a neck of Lanny. So Cadogan threw his torch and banished facing at Harry, who ignored him. Come back, you scurvy dog. Stand fast and fight, yelled Sir Cadogan in a muffled voice behind his visor. But I immediately woke when Cadogan's attempt to follow him by running into the neighbor preachers, he was refilled by his invader, a large and angry working roof out. Harry spent the rest of the floor crouching alone underneath the trapdoor on the top of the north tower. Consequently, he was the first to ascend a silver ladder to land Sirius Translate classroom when the bell rang. After portions, divination was our least favorite class, which was due mainly to Professor Translate Bitter, predicting his premature death every few lessons. A thin woman, heavily draped in shawl and glittering with stings of bats, and reminded Harry of some kinds of insects with her glasses hugely magnifying her eyes. She was busy putting copies of our letters and bound looks of each of the little tables which her room was littered when Harry entered the room, but the light cast by the lamp covered with scarf and low and burning. 6 seconds fire without them to appear not to notice him or sits in a shadow. The rest of the class arrived in the next 5 minutes. Ron emerged from the trapdoor, laughed carefully, spotted Harry, and what made him directly for them. Was directed some having to run his between tables, chair, and overstuffed bottles. Hermione and me have stopped arguing, he said, sitting down beside Harry. Good, grunted Harry. But Hermione said she would think it would be nice if you stopped talking our temper on us, said Ron. I'm not, just passing on a message, said Ron out over them, but I reckon she's not. It's not your fault not to see much since they've treated you. I never said it. Good day, said Professor Tremblay in a usual mystery dreamy voice, and Harry broke up, and feeling both annoyed and ashamed of himself. For this, you will find your tables before your copies of the Dream Articles by Angel Imado. Dreams of the reason is most important to me in divining futures and want to probably be testing your rules. Note, of course, that I believe examination classes to fellows are not the tempest important when they come back to scare the divinations. If you have been seeing eyes similarly grades, I might have read it. However, the headmaster let you sit in examinations, so turn please to the introductions and read what Imago said on a matter of dream interpretations. Then debate in 2 pairs. Use the dream oracle to interpret it to others most see. Carry on. The one good thing to be said for this lesson that it was not a double Pedroid. By the first time they had finished reading the introductions of the book, they had barely 10 minutes left for the dream interpretation. The next table next to Harry and Ron, Dean had paired up with Neville, who would immediately part on a long-winded explanations of nightmare avoiding a pair of chances wearing his grandmother's bedside. Harry and Ron merely looked under the gummy. I've never met my dream, said Ron. You said one. You must remember one of them, said Harry impatiently. He was not going to share his dream with anyone. He knew perfectly what his regular nightmare about a graveyard meant. He did not need to run a Professor Trelawney to a stupid dream oracle to tell him. Well, I dreamed that I was playing Quidditch on another night, said Ron, straining his efforts to remember. What do you reckon that means? Probably you are going to eat in your Max Marshall or something, Suddenly heard a page of telemetry interests. Did you realize how much homework he's got already? Been since the foot and a half long essay on a giant war. Snape's on the foot on the moonstones, and now for the months of Harry from Fred. Fred showed what wrong about owls here. That Umbridge woman had better not give us any. They entered the defenses against the dark arts classroom and the brown Professor Umbridge instead of the teacher's desk. For the fluffy pink cardigan before the black velvet bow on the head. And the front row the one she's likely to be. Well, good afternoon, she said, when finally the whole class sat down. A few people mumbled, good afternoon, in reply. Toot toot, said Professor Umbridge. That won't do now, will it? I should like you please to reply. Good afternoon, Professor Umbridge. One more time, please. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, Professor Umbridge, the class chanted back above. No, now, said Professor Umbridge sweetly. That wasn't too difficult, wasn't it? Wands and quills are pleased. Many of the class exchange gloomy look, and the other wands away. You've never been followed by a lesson that I found interesting. Harry shoved his wand back inside his bag and pulled out a quill in Ken's apartment. Professor Umbridge opened her handbag, extracted her own wand, whose unusually short one, and tapped on a blackboard sharp with it. It would appear the board at once. Defense to the dark art. Return to basic principle. While you are teaching, these subjects have been rather rushed and fragmented, isn't it? Said Miss Professor Umbridge, turning the face with about and the aliens and the constant strings made it a Professor Glen, and importance the result in being the far below standard we were accepted years. Yeah. You'll be pleased to know, however, that as these perform are now to be received, we'll be following a carefully structured, thoroughly distinguished ministry approved of designs magic this year. Copy following the following, please should have the blackboards again. The first message vanished and replaced with the course aims. Understanding principle and writing defensive magic, leading to recognize the situation in which defensive magic can regularly be used. Placing the use of defensive magic in the context of practical use. For a couple of minutes the room was full of the sound and scratching clothes and parchment. When everyone had completed down Professor Umbridge 3 course of admins, he asked, "Has everyone got a copy of Defensive Magical Diary by Wilbert Slickard?" There was a dull murmur of assent throughout the class. "I think we'll try that again," said Professor Umbridge. "That I asked you a question. I should let you to reply." "Yes, Professor Umbridge." Or, "No, Professor Umbridge. So, has everyone got a copy of Defense Against Terrorism by Windows Card?" "Yes, Professor Umbridge," rang through the room. "Good," said Professor Umbridge. "I should be returned to page 5 and read Chapter 1, Basics for Beginners, and there will be no need to talk." Professor Umbridge left the blackboard and settled himself in a chair behind the teacher's desk. I returned into a 5-page of copies of Get Poetry instead of